Hey, I finally fixed the intro. That's better. Welcome to the Escape with Nick and Adam. My name is Nick.
And I'm Adam.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am swell, sir. How are you?
Doing just fine. But you know what's not fine, Adam? Some of the franchises that we follow, they're not doing so great.
Yeah, Marvel's in a limbo for sure, but I don't know. I think that I mean, I guess we can trust in Feige. I believe there is a plan, but there's a lot of loose ends that we haven't even talked about yet going forward. Like it feels like Kevin Feige making that comment about as the Phase 4 comes to a close. It's like comes to a close. Like, aren't we just kind of like in the middle now? Shouldn't we like get some substance here? Aren't we in Act 2? Because first of all, let me just break it down. We got Kang the Conqueror out there from Loki. That's something going on with that. Um, we got all the shit with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Okay, we don't know. We want to see what's going to happen to Spider-Man, So, yeah, a lot of questions, and I think that there's some YouTubers out there that are right as to where they're going with it. I think this is going for the Secret Wars, personally.
Well, that was alluded to at the end of. Wasn't that one of the after credit scenes for? Was it that? What was it the after credit scene for?
I don't know.
Thought it was one of the Spider-Man movies, but I was just like that was so far in the past, and it seems like this, Phase 4 has been dragging on so long. It's like you said, I don't even know like where we're going. Like that's the thing. Like the first was it phases 1 through 3. It was like a freight train. Everybody knew exactly where the station, where the train was going, and what the station was.
Yeah, and the train was going to an Avengers movie.
Right.
That was it.
Yep.
Then the Avengers movie gives you the teaser for Thanos at the end.
Yeah.
And then we know we're going for Thanos the rest of the way.
Right. And then you had everybody hooked for a decade. And now you got Phase 4 where you're like, some people were calling it Phase 4 or Phase 4, and I wasn't the biggest fan of where everything's going. But now it's like, well, if we're coming to the close of Phase 4, I still have no idea where we're going. We're like stuck on, it's like in European Vacation where we're stuck on the roundabout. And he's like, oh, look, there's Big Ben. We're just going around, and I'm like, I have no idea where this Phase 4 is going. Where, if we had like you said, you think you're going Secret Wars. I always thought they were trying to set up another big baddie. Like you said, you got Kang out there, but if you ask most people who's Kang the Conqueror, I think your average fans and go, oh. I mean, the same thing with like Thanos. I think most people are like, who's Thanos? But I don't know, but he looks pretty badass.
Right.
Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. You'd be like, that is a boss person. Yeah.
Yeah, well, look at who's Marvel Comics. Who is Marvel right now? Like in the first, when Marvel Comics first came out, not Marvel Comics, Marvel movies, when they first came out, who was Marvel? Iron Man was. So was Captain America. No, I'm talking about the MCU. But Iron Man was, Captain America was, and then Thor, and you know what I mean? So it's like they don't have an identity really right now. And
that's once you saw that, oh, they're doing Iron Man, oh, they're doing Thor, oh, we're doing the Avengers.
And we're doing this.
We're doing this, and we know where all the roads, like I said, we knew where all the roads are leading, and then we got to, Thanos be like, oh, we know, oh, we're on the highway to hell right now. And now we're like sitting here going, I don't know where we're going. Where are you going? I don't know. It's like, it's just a whole lot of, but what's the plan here? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Is it Arishem? Because he's out there. He wants to judge the people of the earth now, or put them through a test. So is he going to drag everybody to have the Secret Wars?
Well, and you got. Hold on. See if I can even pull up what they got going here for Phase 4. But I mean, you had the Eternals. What does that lead to? I don't know. I mean, not Eternal stuff, because the only thing that really came out of that was more, Black Knight, and I forget whoever Harry Styles is playing, and
yeah, and then there's Adam Warlock. He's supposed to be coming around sometime.
Yeah, Yeah, about 4 movies too late. But
No, but he's cast. You know he's cast, right?
yeah, he's cast, but he should have been in Endgame.
Well, yeah, because Adam Warlock he played a pretty important role in stopping Thanos, but whatever.
Yeah, so I mean,
He didn't have to go there. I know that, dude.
No, but I mean, what the hell's the point of introducing him now? I don't know. Because technically, Phase 4 COVID updated, so the last part of Phase 4 is Love and Thunder. Okay.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking here, but yeah, it's even finding a timeline of telling what the hell we're doing here. It's hard. It's yeah, everything I'm seeing, the last thing is Love and Thunder, and the only thing that's confirmed. That's I'm Google searching. I'm having a hard time finding the best I can find. Is, hold on. Okay, so I'll pull this one up. So don't take this as canon or as gospel here, but I'll just show you what I found real quick. All right. Well, so it looks like what we got here is Winter Soldier, What If, Eternals, all this is gone. The Marvels. See, now that's Miss Marvel. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ms. Marvel's down here.
Oh, okay. There it is. Okay.
Miss Marvel. I watched it.
Okay.
It's out.
I know. Oh, I know. But I'm like, that's just one of those shows where I was like, well, that's not for me, but okay.
It's superhero. I dig superheroes.
I don't, but there's certain things where I was like, oh, this is for teenage girls. Okay, that's cool.
It wasn't for teenage girls.
Who's it for?
People who like superheroes. Shut up.
I know you've been wanting some superhero content. I get it, but that show's for teenage girls. I'm not trying to offend you. Trust me. So that's COVID. See,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer's for that too. I still like that. A lot of us like that.
That came out when you were a teenager, so that doesn't count.
Dude, I still listen to bubblegum pop music.
I'm not trying to knock it. If you liked it, that's
I'm
fine.
playing around.
But there's just certain things where, like, I look at something, I go, that's just not for me.
Well, I'm not going to say you're missing out on anything with this, but I mean, if that's why you're not watching Stargirl, you're a fool.
No, I started watching Stargirl. That's a fine show. My attention span is that of a gnat. You know that. That's not fair. What were we talking about? Phase 4. Phase 4. That's right. Example A through Z there.
Right.
Phase 4. I don't know what the hell's going on. So the latest I said the best I could find out what an updated one was. Yeah, Love and Thunder is supposed to be apparently the last part of Phase 4.
Well, it looks like we got like a lot of relics too, because Kamala Khan, which is Ms. Marvel, she's got some bracelet on from like her ancient people, and then you've got there's someone from Wakanda that's Cthulhu, not Cthulhu, the god from Moon Knight's sister. And then so there's all these like ancient kind of like Indiana Jones type hidden treasures in there, and I'm like, well, are they going this way with it or what?
Right.
Oh, that's all of it?
Oh, hold on, that's the wrong one. Doesn't want to show what I'm trying to show. So, all right, so we had Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternal, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Thor, Love and Thunder, that's coming out July 8th. Black Panther, Wakanda for that's not coming out this year, is it?
Could be.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, that's first quarter next year. Guardians of the Galaxy next summer. The Marvels next summer. Fantastic Four, that's TBA because the director walked away. and Untitled Marvel film. Untitled Marvel film.
So we got another year.
Yeah, and that's if whatever these turn into, who knows?
Right. All right. Well, that makes me feel a little better about it.
And then plus we have Disney Plus. So we did WandaVision, Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel. That's where we're at now. She-Hulk coming out in August. What If season 2? That just says 2022. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. So this is all
Holiday special. How cute.
yeah.
Woo.
We're gonna put lights on Groot. So
Whatever, dude.
I
You
love
just-
Groot, but
I don't.
I'm sick of the baby. I'm sick of baby Yoda. I'm sick of little Groot. I'm sick of teenage Groot. He's a dick.
You know what's weird? I never liked Baby Groot at all, not even a little bit. And I didn't like Teenage Groot, but I loved Baby Yoda. Isn't that weird?
No, I mean it's fine, but I see it works on me for a little bit, and I'm like, all right, let's move on. Let's get the character, doing something here besides being cute and babyish.
You know how we look like we're like talking to each other right now at the camera
know.
angles? I'm literally looking into my own eyes. I'm looking I'm looking in the mirror and talking to myself.
Well,
now.
and that's why I have to have the camera over here, because if I just have to do this, like I'm just gonna freak out. So I need
Right.
something else to do to talk to, because I can't just look at a camera that doesn't work for me.
How's this look? Does this look weird? Because I'm looking at you right now.
Well, I mean, now you're just off center. See, we were talking about camera angles earlier, and that looks better. That looks like, hey, we're actually talking to each other. But like when you're just like talking to me, and now
Yeah.
now you should be centered up. But
See,
now,
I'm looking at myself and
Right.
my own stuff, and I feel like I'm talking to myself. And then now I'm part of the conversation, I'm talking to you.
yeah, but now you're now you should be centered up. Now I'm just like, it hurts my technological, the tech brain of mine. So that didn't help anything.
No. I don't know. It's a dopey camera.
That's fine. We're good. Anyway, so Marvel Phase 4. Got no idea what's going on. If there's a blueprint, I don't see it. If there's a plan, I don't see it. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe Kevin Feige's way smarter than me. Completely possible. But once again, when it comes to Marvel right now, I got no idea what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, the 10 Rings. That's out there. All these I'm getting at these ancient artifact type Indiana Jones area restricted things. That's all I can see, like as a common thread.
Yeah,
That coupled with the Eternals, who've been around since millions of years or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, how long has that been a thing for like Marvel? We're like, yeah, everybody's got these wristbands of power. It's like, that's weak as hell.
That's true. They're all with wristbands too.
I mean, how cool is that? And then, so you said you saw Miss Marvel's, where she basically gets her power ring sent to her in the mail, and then she just knows immediately how they work. Yay!
Yeah.
That's quite the hero's journey we're on so far.
No, her and her friend did what they did in Shazam and like tried to figure out how to use her powers. And then she like almost killed this guy. She like had to save his life because this guy was gonna die. So
Because she almost killed him.
so she had to like use her powers the right way, perfectly each time, or this guy would have died. So the stress was on. But it's a good show, man. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Someone's got to watch it, so that's fine. You can be our Miss Marvel correspondent. That's fine.
Correspondent, Ms. Marvel correspondent.
There you go. Miss Adam. That's fine.
Miss Adams. Oh, okay.
So anyway, moving on to another not doomed, but franchise who's got no idea what the hell they're going to do is DC EU. They're so screwed. Again, still, we've been saying it for months, but now it's like official. Like, you're screwed because of the poor casting choices. You screwed yourself really bad.
Well, it's not this regime's fault, though. Think about that.
No, but they got to try and clean up this.
They got to treat
because
it.
this isn't a mess, Adam. This is This is Chernobyl level disaster.
Well, it's a disaster. It really is.
How-
They
and
have
there's no good way to get out of this. Unless every single thing Ezra Miller has done, he's completely innocent and can be justified of. But he ain't. And it literally keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
he was taunting authorities or something the other day.
He
on
was
social media.
taunting the authorities while he's on the run, and then he deletes his all
Yeah.
social media. He's literally on the lam. Like, people don't know where he's at
Yeah.
with a girl. It's like, what the hell?
All
What
right.
do you do with that?
All right. So, is shelving the movie a rational and acceptable option? Yes, it is. If you just want to cut your losses, it is. But honestly, Nick, if this movie were to have a theatrical release, you don't think it would at least make its money back? Because they've said this movie's this is a good movie according to them.
That's the problem. Is it's because they literally thought, okay, well, the whole hitting a girl thing, well, we can get past that. Well, he's gotten, the whole Hawaii fiasco where he got in trouble a couple times. This is grooming kids. No one should take their kids to go see a movie starring a child groomer. That's how it's going to be portrayed in the media, because that's what happened.
Oh, fair enough.
So
all I'm saying, $200 and some odd million to make the movie. The movie's gonna make its movie money.
Well,
back.
it's more than 200 million, because then there's marketing and everything else that goes along with it. So you're probably taking, it's got to bring in at least 500 million to break even. That'll be a tall task with the disaster that is Ezra Miller, and that's just Ezra Miller.
I don't know. I think if you re-edited the movie, hired another actor, brought some people back in for reshoots, probably add on another $130 million.
Yeah,
just to do that. I mean,
I
don't know. I think that if you did that, then the movie would have to make at least $500 million. But if you did that, the movie's got more than a great chance of making $500 million.
Oh, you drop Ezra Miller, I totally think it's worth the investment to go back, recast another Flash, bring Michael Keaton in for a few more reshoots, completely take him out of the movie. Yeah, it's different. But if you're going to try and release it with Ezra Miller as a Flash, not a chance. It's going to be a disaster.
Well, then you shelve it. You don't drop it on HBO Max, and this is why. Shelving it or putting it out in theaters with Ezra Miller in it. Putting it out in theaters or dropping it on HBO Max or something. That's the same thing as losing all your money. So you might as well shelve it if you're gonna die on the hill of let's not put a movie out where families will be offended and this guy's a child groomer, which I agree with you. That's a good point, Nick. Then if you're not going to make the money off of it that way, you're not going to make money off of it streaming. Then you should just either shelve it or reshoot it. That's what I think.
I would go as far as this point to say it's unreleasable. It's borderline unreleasable to release a movie as is with Ezra.
Well, if that's what makes it unreleasable is that he's in it, I mean.
At this point, it'd be the same thing if you had a movie in the can that had Kevin Spacey. Like, you can't release that movie. It can't be it's not even an option. If you are in the business of trying to actually make money, like DC is, because let's be honest, DCEU's in trouble. It's not as bad as Marvel, but it's a rudderless ship right now. Right. Nobody's got any idea what the hell's going on or what the future is.
No, I understand what you're saying, but what they reshot with that movie when they brought in Chris Plummer or whatever for Kevin Spacey when they replaced him. I mean, he wasn't in a lot of that movie. This movie's done, and we're talking about the star who plays two other versions of himself.
Right, and that's why I said they're so screwed. He screwed them so hard. It's not even. It's unbelievable that they're in such a terrible position because the person they chose to play the character has been such a freaking disaster.
Okay, check this out. So the Flash movie's done. It's shot. You got Ezra Miller. What's going on in his life? Then you've got that's making the movie look bad. Then you've got what's going on, the regime changeover at Warner Brothers, and you got David Zaslav. They're hacking heads. Now they've got to inherit this mess of Ezra Miller. They got to figure out what to do with the Flash movie. Now back it up 5 years, 7 years. Remember every time this movie got picked up, not picked up, but got a director and had a script, it got pulled every time. Every time. Like there's been something.
Cursed.
I was gonna say there's been something on this movie since the day it rolled off people's lips to go into production.
Yeah, it's. I'm not a huge believer in curses and all that, but it like I said, there's something to it because this shit's cursed.
Well,
Like
yeah.
it's what do you do? Hey, the Star Wars movie, probably when the movie comes out, probably going to be in prison, or at least jail, with pending grooming charges. Have fun figuring that disaster out.
I don't know if we've heard from her yet, and you're not hearing any news here on the Escape podcast. Okay, you're hearing me and Nick gossip about
By the way,
a person who likes
alleged.
Alleged. We're hearing us gossip about a person who isn't a he and isn't a she. It is a they or them. I apologize. Anyway,
alleged. They allegedly.
Yeah. But wouldn't it just be? Wouldn't it be crazy? Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah. Let's drop it. Let's move on. I was gonna say like if this all ended like really tragic. Like we don't even know. Well, that's what I was gonna say. We don't even know if she's voluntarily with the guy.
Well, that's a problem with alleged grooming. That
Right.
It's basically Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
You've got the person where not the parents aren't in charge. The parents are, no. The person that's in power right now is Ezra Miller,
Right.
because that's what he's allegedly from them to believe. But either way, it's a freaking disaster. And getting back to another, it's not like Aquaman 2 where Ezra Miller's in it for 10 minutes and they can just edit Amber Heard out like they're planning on doing. This is epic disaster, and I would say that the movie's essentially unreleasable at this point. So, hey, buddy.
Okay, so then we went over that. Okay, so what would you do? Would you not release it, or would you release it?
I wouldn't. You can't. I'll stick with it. It's unreleasable. You can't release this movie. You simply can't. Either you start from scratch, or you do your best to say, we recast it. Maybe it, because movies like this, especially DC movies, are really, really long. Make it 2 parts. Get enough footage of one part to make part 1, and then worry about reshoots, and then you can take your time a little bit, and then put out part 2, early next year. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Well.
And also, I'm sick of going to see damn movies that are 2.5 hours. It's starting to freaking irritate me.
Why?
Because I just saw one and it was annoying. So another franchise that I'm kind of like, what the hell are we doing? Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. Saw that. That was terrible. That was a waste. That was a waste of my time.
Why didn't you like it?
Okay, first of all, I'll say this, and I don't mean this. My wife wanted to go see it, so we went and saw it. So it was not on my to go see list. But the more Jurassic Park movies / Jurassic World movies comes out, the less I care about dinosaurs. Because we were talking about this, I think yesterday. It was like I used to have like a fleeting interest, like any young person with dinosaurs. But ever since this movie comes out, I was like, I do not care about dinosaurs anymore. Not even a little bit.
It's so funny that it took all the way to the year 2022 for me to have this conversation with somebody. because like that was what I was trying to tell you earlier, and then I was really thought about, or tell you yesterday, and then I really thought about it. I was like, it was 1987, and I had this fucking children's book or something that moved with us to this home on a street called Columbus, boys and girls, and I was looking at this book one day, and I was like, this fucking dinosaurs. Oh, I got it from the school library. That's what it was. So I don't care about this stuff. I'm thinking about Ghostbusters, and I'm thinking about like He-Man and all that stuff. I was like, this is stupid. So I haven't liked dinosaurs for a long time, man. Once I realized they were just an animal, I might as well be playing with a fucking bear.
Well, there's a spoiler alert. Apparently, they evolved into like birds and chickens. It's like, not gonna lie, that's a bit of a letdown. I see it because if you ever see like, especially around here, we have lots of baby geese, and we just got through like baby geese season. And when you see them with like with no feathers just around, I was like, totally a tiny dinosaur. So it's like, well, it is. It's like, oh shit, there it is. Okay, cool. But then it's like
crocodiles too.
Yeah, but I mean, alligators still look cool. What they say, like the chicken is now the new T-Rex. I was like, not gonna lie, a bit of a letdown on that one. But yeah, first of all, the funny part is we didn't even realize that we missed one. We missed one of the Jurassic World movies, and I'm just like, showed up like, got no idea what the hell's going on, guys. No idea. Why is there a clone of a girl running around? Oh, look, the raptor's got a kid now, and apparently we give a shit. I was like, I'm supposed to care about
the raptor as a kid.
The raptor's got a kid named Beta. Blue's got a kid named Beta. How did the Blue get a baby? Well,
Dorothy and I down there at the side jungle thought we'd settle down after bingo one night.
No, it's stupider than that. Well, it's got monitor DNA in it, so it just makes its own babies. I was like, holy Lord. Like, this is just, it's just so, like, what are we doing, guys? Like, this is so ridiculous. Like, how did this get past? Like, yeah, that's a good idea. We're just going to have things just having babies, which was always the thing in Jurassic Park. Be like, oh, because that was the thing. Was it the first one or the second one? We're like, they started reproducing. How? I don't know.
That was the very first way. Jeff Goldblum explains it in the movie. He's like, wait a minute,
life finds a way.
No, he talked about the frogs, that they use those particular DNA, and there were some species of frogs that could switch sexes if they were okay. So there was only two male frogs around each other. One would change into a female,
right,
so that it could procreate and breed, and that's a real thing. So that's where the dinosaurs got. I've seen this movie once in the theater, one time. I fucking hated it, but this I thought was awesome. This was the one thing I thought was really cool, and it was the whole science behind it all. So, so then life finds a way, and that's where it comes from.
That's easy with the science behind it all when it comes to Jurassic
Park.
The
science fiction of it all. No, and it's not that it can happen or whatever. Well, I mean, mutation, but I'm saying it was a pretty cool way to explain it. It wasn't lazy writing for back then.
Right. Well, that's the thing. As we keep going, it's like, well, it's fine. Well, now it's turned into a trope where it's like, we don't need two of the same species. They can just have babies. It's like,
yeah.
Okay. And all right. And it's not like I need to see like two dinosaurs going at it or anything for evidence, but it's just like, hey, when you're by yourself and you have a kid now, don't you go, what happened? What happened?
Oh man, we're spiritual royalty.
Like two old men be like, man, don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense. But you know what? All you Jurassic Park fans out there,
you have fun.
I hope you loved it. I hope they did everything to your, your beloved franchise that, I got everything out of it that you wanted. And because that's what we go to the movies for. Just because it's not our bag doesn't mean it's not your bag, Yeah. So, and I'll tell you what, I'm glad that they're making those movies. I more than some things that I've seen made over the years. So
Yeah. That being said, that
That's a-
franchise that franchise can come to an end like any second. I'm okay.
there's gonna be cartoons and soap operas and lunchboxes. It's never
Well,
going
it's
away.
like I had coffee with my friends today, and they're like, "Well, we have to go see Thor: Love and Thunder in theater." I'm like, "Why do you have to go see it?" Well, we saw all the other ones. I was like, "You don't have to go. You can say no. You can say this hasn't been very good. Like, you don't have to go do it." Like,
Yeah,
well,
you
we've
know.
watched everything else Marvel. I was like, not to be rude, but you might be the problem. Be like, well, we've watched this and we've watched this. I was like, cool. I
Well,
don't do that.
I bet you they do get a lot of return. You know, diehards do it just to
Oh,
stick with it.
it's 100% one. It's the FOMO, right? It's the fear of missing out. Like, well, what if we miss this and then we don't know what's going on? It's like, all right. Or you could wait till it comes out on Disney Plus or whatever.
Right.
But, hey, can you wrap for a second? I gotta let the dogs in.
Yeah, I can rap for a second. What's going on there, guys? Nick's gonna go let the dog out. So I'm working on action figure reviews right now this week, and I didn't think we were gonna go with a another Masters of the Universe figure, but then Sunday I bumped into this big fellow right here. This is the New Eternia Mattel Masterverse Beastman, and right now we're just shooting uh, shots of him. We got all the box shots done. There's no we, it's fucking me. I have all the box shots done, and we just got to do. I just have to do the exteriors. So yeah, that's it.
Little preview as to Adam's upcoming review video. So
Yes, yes. We have this we shit. Why am I talking like this?
because we're having a conversation.
All right. Well, we on this show also have the exterior shot for Skeletor, and this is what he kind of looks like. I already showed him to Nick earlier.
There he is.
That's without the Viking BS.
That's a good looking figure.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, you'll get to see what he looks like with the Viking stuff on and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's pretty cool that they include. I gotta say this, and I'll say this on the review too. But this figure, I know people like the "stop in the name of love" figure or whatever. Will behave hand gesture. If you remember from the cartoon, that's what he did when he shot lasers out of his hand.
All right. First of all, I never would have put that together, but now you said that, I can't unsee it.
What? Stop it in the name of love.
Stop. I imagine someone doing a meme now of that. It's gonna that's total meme material.
Totally find him in the cartoon doing that all the time because
yeah,
he was always shooting blasts out of his hands.
But do they have a thing of a blast coming out of his hand, or does he just look like he's like?
No, it's just you gotta know your shit. Otherwise, he's like talk to the hand.
Yeah, nice. So, all right, one other franchise that might be in trouble, Adam, Toy Story. Buzz Lightyear did not do very well at box office.
I don't get it. Okay.
Why? What don't you get?
I don't know why it didn't do well. It looks like a good movie.
It personally, I think it's a bit of the fans kind of saying, "Hey, stop messing with stuff," because it's a Pixar / Disney movie now, and you replaced Tim Allen, who everybody loved Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear, and you made a kind of convoluted story where this is the movie that the action figure was based off of,
right
inside the thing. So it's kind of clever, but also it's a little bit. I can see how it could be a touch confusing, but also
I always felt like I didn't know
confusing.
I always felt like I didn't know who Buzz Lightyear was because Andy got to watch all the stuff. All I got to see was his asshole toy talk to a bunch of other toys. So I thought that this was a great idea. I get to see Buzz Lightyear in action. And I understood the whole not using Tim Allen or not having to have to use Tim Allen. I would have used Tim Allen. I think that Tim Allen's put a lot into that character. I think that He's developed it pretty well, and I think I would have liked to see his take on something like that. But
Well, also,
I get it. You know,
let's be honest. The 2 stars of the Toy Story movies were Tom Hanks and Tim Allen,
right.
and you took away one of the stars, like one of the biggest stars, and people are like, "Hey, man, what you doing?"
Now, I get it, but I don't think the rest of the world gets that. It's a different Buzz Lightyear. Like, you don't have to stay glued to that voice.
Right,
Like,
and
there could be like
and
10.
I understand trying to make the separation, but
Yeah,
a lot of
there could
people
be
are
10
like,
or 100 more, maybe 100 or 150,000 more Buzz Lightyear action figures out there. Andy could own all of them, and they could all have different voices.
yeah, and like I said, it's unclear as to what the reason was. I mean, let's do one thing here real quick. So let's see
I
what the
heard it was
rating is.
something. I heard it was something political, but
There, okay. There are a couple things in here, but for the escape, we try not to get political. It's got a
no, I
5.1 rating.
no, I meant
So
why Tim Allen wasn't involved.
yeah, well, that's the other thing. There's several levels as to what if we really want to get into it, but and also, I mean, there's a few things in the movie that were I don't want to say questionable because it's not questionable to me, but certain things that just I think certain people are like, why is this in the movie? Like, why are we doing this? But to me, it sounds good in concept, but I guess people just didn't come out and show it. So it could be, is this starting to be ramifications from the economy? Is this unfortunately, there's a recession on the horizon? Is this people finally starting to say, yeah, we're not going out to the movies right now? So I mean, there's several different reasons. I don't want to. We're not going to speculate too hard. We'll save that for other channels. They can go pretty hard into it. But news is it underperformed. Really, I think the estimates were somewhere between 75 to 100 million dollars for opening weekend. It got 50. So
Good grief.
yeah. So yeah, it got 51. It just beat out Top Gun Maverick, which is a fantastic movie. And Jurassic World Dominion came in number 1 at 59.
That should be expected. 5.1 million. Oh, 51 million. Sorry.
51 million in opening weekend. This is the second weekend for Jurassic World Dominion. I keep on saying Jurassic Park, but Jurassic World now. And so, yeah, it's didn't do well. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
So,
You're
all
not
right,
gonna watch it. That's what for sure. You're not gonna
yeah,
watch that fake Buzz Lightyear.
that's what I'm saying. And maybe Chris Evans doesn't have quite the power that people thought he had, unless he's Captain America. Who knows?
Mm.
All right. What else do we want to? So one of the channels I watch, his name is Uncle Tim, and he collects figures. He had a pretty interesting take on one of his recent videos. So one of the big things Hasbro and Hasbro Legends doing is they've gone from having the bubble opening of the the packaging. They're trying to go as much plastic free as they can. So you get the cardboard box, but you don't get to see the figure like you do in most.
Another company did that. Intimates.
Like everybody's used to seeing.
Yeah.
Which is one of the problems with if you're a collector, you like to see the damn toy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can't see the toy, you don't even know what you got in the box, because that's one of the big issues with even collectors nowadays, where especially on if you go onto the collector pages, you see some pretty interesting things that people repackage in some of the quote unquote original package, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess there has been issues with Legends where so Legends has been accused of cutting corners by either repurposing figures or just using, not using quality paint. The quality has gone down, and a lot of people are saying that sometimes when they go to open some of these packages to actually look in the figure, which a lot of collectors do not like to do. Adam, they do not like what they see.
When they open the figure?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they don't like what they see. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust this a little bit better. I don't think it worked out. Sorry about that.
Is there an earthquake? Are you okay?
I'm okay. Entenmann's Donuts was the same thing this weekend, bro.
Well, let's be honest. That's a fair comparison. When you're used to seeing the product, because how many times have you looked and they'd be like, I'm not buying these because they're crumbled up or they're beat up. I'd rather take the ones that aren't beat up, that just look better, right?
Right. Like when you think about Twinkies or like Little Debbie snacks, they come in like extra packaging and all that stuff. Entenmann's chocolate covered donuts are just donuts in the box, so they got the window there for you to see the quality. Now that's what it is with action figures too. You know, the blister or the bubble, whatever, that's there. So you can. I don't know, man. It sucks. It's just the world we're living in right now. I mean, you want to pay. We're already paying enough for an action figure. If we're gonna save $1 or $2 on it, I guess that's the best thing that I can think of. I mean, oh well.
Well, and that's part of the other problem. I mean, certain Legends figures. I don't collect Legends that much personally. You collect more Legends than I do.
I try not to, but yes.
What would you say like the average figure cost for Legends right now is?
$19.99 for something brand new, and then maybe $24.99. But it's all going like $19.99 is going to be $24.99 if it isn't already. Right. And then that's going to be like $32.99 is the $24.99 ones. 32. Yep.
Yeah, so the average figures, I mean, anywhere from 25 to 40 bucks. But it's all, it's one of those, well, prices are going up. Is the quality going up? I don't think so. If anything, the quality is going down, which I think was the moral of his video was prices are going up, quality's going down, but you expect me to continue to buy these figures, and a lot of people are starting to say no.
For the Marvel Legends ones, or for what other ones too?
His example was the Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Now, I have not personally seen a drop in quality in McFarlane or NECA, but like I said, I don't collect Marvel figures that much because I just don't.
Neither do I.
Well, that's also been an issue with Hasbro in general, where I was like, yeah, I'm not paying $35 for Star Wars figures. Simply not. The quality's simply not. So it's kind of the same thing with some of the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I'm not. You hold, like I said, you hold a McFarlane figure in your hand versus a Marvel figure. I was like, it's not even night and day most of the time.
Right now, Mattel's doing stuff like what I was just showing you.
Well, and one of the things that once again Uncle Tim keeps talking about is the Super 7 figures, especially the Thundercat figures, which I've noticed. I thought I was just being nitpicky, but he actually had a couple of videos where he was showing the real poor paint quality, and those Super 7 figures are $50 a pop.
Yeah.
And he was using the Tiger figure, and he actually took it out and said, it's not even the same, they're overpainting, or the painting's not even the same shade sometimes. It's really, the quality is not going up in some of these companies. And Thundercats is one of my top franchises that I would love to collect, but I simply can't. I'm not spending $50 on a figure that's not quality.
Well, I mean, you could still check out the paint apps on those before you buy them, yeah?
You can, but some of the stuff's on the back that you don't even see till you take it out. Yeah. And it's detail stuff on the feet and all that. And I know that's one of the issues with the Hush figure that I know you were talking about that you have coming.
It's here.
Is it here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was the issue? It's the elbow
it's the elbows in Batman. He's got gray arms, but then the joints, he's got black gloves, black gauntlets, and then the joints for his elbows, they're black, into a gray arm.
Yeah.
They should
Thanks,
just be
quality.
gray. Yeah. I think it's funny.
It is funny, but you also work in quality control, and you're like, bruh. Fresh News 24/7 pops in that says the new movie was pretty crap. I agree with you, Fresh News 24/7. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining Fresh News.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, yeah, I had a friend of mine. I posted that we always take selfies when we go to see movies, and we had someone go scale to 1 to 100. What was the Jurassic Park movie? I said 72. That's the best. That's the best I can do is 72. I was like, it's a C. It's barely a C, but that's what it is.
Right.
But getting back to what you're talking about, man, we're really getting to a rough spot for collectors where the prices are going up, but also, I mean, we're not talking about kids collecting these figures, man. We're talking about adults. And
adult collectors. I mean,
right.
Yeah, I mean, you're buying a Super 7 action figure.
Yeah.
If you buy a Super 7 action figure for a child, that child's going to go, who's this?
Yeah, it's like, who's the Thundercats? And I was like, well, now we have to fight. So
now we have to fight.
But yeah, it's when getting back to collectors, and what point do collectors start going, if the quality is going to keep going, either staying here, but the prices then keep going up, what's the line where we just go, yeah, we're done, guys, we're out?
I mean, for me,
because I've done it with other lines. I won't collect Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I can't, in good conscience, put out that much money for Star Wars. That where the faces are like, ugh, like come on,
don't even try. Black Series.
Most Star Wars, I only got one, and that's the Paz Vizsla, the heavy infantry, not him, the heavy Mandalorian. That's the only one I've got, and it's carbonized because the assholes put on a shiny coat of paint and upcharge an extra $8. Jerks.
Oh, charge like $8.
It's the biggest scam. It's like, bruh, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have. It's been a long time since I argued about or complained about a toy line that I was collecting with. First for me was when Mattel started going real. Say, just started going to shit with DC action figures. Their last drive was the Multiverse couple lines. They had a couple waves of those, and then McFarlane took it over right after that. And it was like, whoa. Legends. For a while there, the quality sucked, and I think that they kind of injected themselves with a little bit of adrenaline once like the McFarlane toys started kind of taking off, and then of course NECA's hitting everybody. So I don't know, but would I buy these? I mean, there's NECA figures that are very, very like those Toonie ones, right? Let's just say I don't collect the Toonie ones; they're not for me. You know what I'm talking about? Monster Toonie ones. But if a regular NECA figure in the box with the window, if I opened that and it looked like a Toonie Terror, I would say this is not what I buy. No, thank you.
Yeah. Fresh News popped in again. Man, I stopped collection stuff after my party years. They came to a point and realized my wife and I were the only people looking at the massive collection I had. So I stopped buying new ones plus kids. Same. I just came out of that where mine's growing, and I kind of just got back into collecting, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Try explaining to a 5-year-old why they can't play with an action figure of Emma Frost. Well, that's part of the other problem, right? Where you're like, no, these toys aren't for playing with. Don't touch them. Not only can you not play with them, don't touch these.
Yeah, don't touch.
Yeah, don't touch. Trust me, Precious. I know exactly where you're coming from, but I'm on the other side now where I got I had kids, but they're grown now. So I'm just getting back into the collecting and kind of having my eyes open a little bit as to the state of it now that I'm back into it. So that being said, but one thing I'll show. All right, so we did have McFarlane announce a couple figures. Adam, did you see these today?
I did. Scarecrow
Scarecrow
And,
looks so freaking good. He
yeah.
looks so good. What do we? Is this a special one or is this just a?
That's from Arkham Knight.
Is that Arkham? Yeah, it is. So Arkham Knight video game Scarecrow also includes a base for closing. The Scarecrow constantly proves to be a dangerous threat to the Dark Knight, not due to physical strength, but the emotional and psychological damage his toxin can cause. This might be my favorite Scarecrow. That figure is freaking awesome.
Shit, yeah, it is.
The details and all that. I know it's a gold label and all that, whatever we don't want to say about gold label because they get a little bit extra attention, but just the detail. That's a cool freaking figure. And then they announced also Red Hood gold label. So this is also Arkham Knight video game. I'm given a red monochromatic finish. So
I want that so fucking bad.
Yeah, this is one of those. I love no eyes, no nothing. That's a freaking cool figure, man. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. See, everybody's like, "Oh, McFarlane, he just makes Batman," but man, when he goes outside, just go outside just a little bit of, Batman. I mean, I know we're not actually outside Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's based off a Batman video game, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But either way, man, these are freaking cool. Those are, it's gonna get back to it. Should I even start? I know a bit about pre-ordering, but I have to because those are cool. Those are really cool.
I'm maxed out on pre-orders right now, dude. I've
been holding off because I thought I would never. Even though I've got pre-orders still pre-ordered, but I might have to pre-order those. Those are freaking cool. Does it say if these are any exclusives?
No, well, just to the McFarlane Toy Store.
Well, yeah, just McFarlane, but so they're not Target or anything pre-exclusive or Target
so.
exclusive. So okay, so which is good because Target. That's the thing. That's part of the problem is you start working with these certain brands, certain stores, and then they screw you over, and then you don't want to work with them. So, and I think a lot of people are tired of Target. And we were talking earlier. We mentioned this a couple shows ago, and GameStop's where it's at right now. GameStop is freaking packed with stuff because they would have especially mine. I don't live in a high population area, but they would have a few things here and there. But the last month, man, just anything you want, anything. And you were looking for a figure. Were you able to pre-order one?
Well, it was I found a reason to get one of those Jonathan Kents. However, somebody reviewed the Ultraman action figure that I have, and it's got the head that I need. So I don't need the Jonathan Kent one. This one's even better. It's just even better. I've got a nice little display that'll go up on my Instagram. I'll share it with you. Put it on our Instagram. Hey, I'll be right back. Can you hold the fort down?
Yeah, sure.
All
right. So that's go check out Uncle Tim's channel. He does a lot of toy reviews and just talks about collecting in general. Go check him out. Give him a sub. So, but one of the things I did want to get into is one of the things I can't stand as a fan of a lot of franchises is when YouTubers / fans get attacked. And one of the biggest YouTubers for Star Wars is, I want to say under attack, but he's getting a whole lot. He's getting a lot of pressure that he doesn't deserve. And that's Star Wars Theory. If you know who Star Wars Theory is, he's essentially the biggest YouTuber for Star Wars. And he kind of put out, going back at essentially Star Wars, because at the beginning of, before Kenobi even came out, they put out a thing, quote unquote, backing Reva's, forgetting her name right now, but the character Reva, and basically saying, hey, watch out, some of our fans are racist. And it's like, man, as being a fan of Star Wars, because Star Wars is my franchise, and look, there's jerks in any franchise, and anywhere you go, it doesn't matter. You're going to find people who just you don't want to be around or be associated with. That being said, Star Wars is one of the most passionate franchises, and when you go after them, especially when the company that owns them goes after the fans, it's like, what are you doing? And I'll see if I can find it because Star Wars Theory put out a tweet basically saying, "Look, man, the fan base is not toxic. Are there toxic people in it? Of course, but just stating, that just calling the entire fan base toxic is it's atrocious." So, and he's just kind of basically he's hitting back at people saying, "Look, I've taken a lot of crap over the years for the things that you know, for my videos and for some of my stances on some of the content that's come out, and he's sick of it, and he's kind of hitting back at people." So, see if I can find a tweet real quick. So bear with me. So here we go. So pull it up real quick. So let's see exactly what we're talking about. Adam's back with us. So for years, I've taken the most disgusting abuse online, and I've shut my mouth. Why? Because I have opinions. Let's see. Are you back?
I'm back.
All right. So I was just talking. One of the things that I hate most about is when big corporation goes after their fan base. And one of the things that before Kenobi came out is that they were saying how not all the fans, but there is a portion of the fan base that is toxic and racist. And one of the biggest YouTubers for Star Wars came out and put out a tweet saying, "For years, I've taken the most disgusting abuse online, and I shut my mouth. Why? Because I have opinions. Because I love Star Wars." I answer back, then I'm the problem. I always promoted civil discussion and respect among one another. Stop gatekeeping opinions. I'm silent, no more. So this is
Quit.
so tired of people shitting on me and my subs for years. Most of you are the most caring and loving people on the net. I'm done sitting silent while people take a piss on us. Why? Because we have opinions. Because we care about Star Wars. Nah, fam, I'm done ignoring this crap today. And this is another one. It's like referring to my fan base isn't toxic. Toxic people are toxic. The majority of my fans like the same stuff I do. It's the sequel lovers who hate on me for having an opinion different than them. I'd say they're toxic ones to me and my fan base. Thanks. So, hi. Hey, is that Kika?
Yeah, she's mad.
Dad. So, Adam, what do you think? People going after fans.
Who was that?
This is Star Wars Theory. Star Wars Theory essentially has the biggest YouTube channel on Star Wars. I think he's got some. Just for the record, that's not Adam.
She's mad.
Yeah.
She hates this.
Let's do this real quick.
Sorry, it's because I wouldn't let her crawl across the keyboard. And I apologize. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. I don't know if you've ever had kids, but fuck, come on, man. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Star Wars Theory has 3.27 million subscribers.
Okay.
So he is one of the bigger YouTubers, especially for Star Wars. And like the dude, he literally gives it, credits to Star Wars for like when he was battling cancer, helped him get through cancer. So like the dude's legit, and he's kind of where we come from, or at least I come from Star Wars. Where look, when Disney purchased Star Wars, they didn't do it because it was an unknown franchise that they thought they could mine. They bought it because it was one of the biggest franchises ever. It's literally it should have been a license to print money, but they screwed it up so much that you have idiots like me who started a YouTube channel just to bitch about stuff. You know, mainly to bitch about stuff and call stuff out, but also call out stuff that's good.
Well,
So
actually, our show, we're the escape. We're actually not supposed to show you this stuff,
no, but
I walked away for 5 seconds.
and it's like I walk away for 5 seconds and you get into shit and you get into trouble. I was like,
And he's like,
you're not
these
wrong.
motherfuckers. And now it's time for these motherfuckers on the Escape Podcast. All right. Yeah, so they fucked up Star Wars. I know.
Yeah, so that's not news. But it's news when you have someone who's, and I'm not going to say like I know Star Wars theory or anything at all, but he's considered overall, he's respected as far as YouTube channels go in the fandom. He's very well respected. And this was kind of his first time hitting back at fans, and he's getting piled for it. And I think it's bullshit because he dared to have a dissenting opinion from some yahoos that live on Twitter and have nothing else better to do.
Well, it's I don't know. It's like Hollywood out there on the
Yeah, it's obnoxious. So,
on the old webs.
that being said, not that he needs my support, anybody's support, but hey, Star Wars theory, I'm with you. I'm behind you. I know where you're coming from. I try and be respectful when I disagree with people or the decisions. You know, try and understand where people come from, but after a while, you just got to call stuff out, and that's where he's at, and that's where I was at. Where I'm like, yeah, look, there's a bunch of YouTubers doing what we do. They do it better. They have more subscribers. They have more better content, whatever you want to say.
More subscribers, yes. About the rest of that, I don't know.
I would say in people's opinion, because different strokes for different folks. But anyway, yeah, that's one of the reasons we started this, because we wanted to point out good stuff, and when people do, when the franchises do good, when the franchises do bad, yeah, you got to get called out on both ends. So,
Sure.
Star Wars theory, I'm behind you. And if you are as much a fan of Star Wars as some people say, you should also be behind Star Wars theories. That was it. All right, Adam, let's get back into the good stuff. Let's get into toys.
Oh.
All right. So there's this guy, he's called He-Man. I don't know if you've heard of him. But Mondo, and it's funny because I saw when I was looking up some of the videos, someone's like, Mondo, I hate you. And
yeah,
you'll see why in just a second.
Yeah, I've watched some of these videos too.
So Mondo came out. It's you can't pre-order it anymore. It's a He-Man 1/6 scale figure. And look at all the things you get. I'm gonna scroll down because this is just awesome.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Hour. I know.
Look at that.
1/6 scale.
1/6 scale. So what is that? Is that?
It's like a foot, a little more than a foot.
Is that? I say it's about a foot. This is a PVC ABS figure, and the weight of it all is 4 pounds. Man, that's a lot of figure. Look at that thing. That thing's gorgeous. Hello, beautiful.
Yes, sir. Man, they've got a.
I don't know if I agree with that head sculpt, but I know what it is. But at the same time, I was like, ugh.
Is it an alternate head sculpt or what?
Yeah, because this is the.
Or is it a joke?
I don't know. Let's see here. So you get product includes regular portrait, finished portrait, power sword, battle axe, shield, short sword, hand blaster, rifle blaster, Furby minifigure with stand, 6 different interchangeable hands, figure stand. So it might be a joke, but anyway, we'll just stick with this look. This is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
You're so pretty. Oh, that's a good looking figure.
So he's got a sheath there for the sword.
No, that's one of the heads.
Right it is one of the heads. Yeah, you're right.
There we go. That's better. All for the low price of $165, which actually that's bad for some of the sideshow stuff. So, but man, that's a good one. Do they have another one? Are they got to do a Skeletor, right?
Skeletor figure sold separately. I think it might already be out. I know they've got a Duncan one out for Man at Arms.
Let's see what else they got. So, collection. What would it be under? Mondoid collection, Ghostbusters. Oh, the Jesus.
So maybe
Ninja Turtle
Masters
collection. Oh, you bastards.
of,
Mondo.
Masters of the Universe somewhere. Eh?
I'm looking. Bag Essentials, Italian Essentials. Why not? There we go. Masters of the Universe Essentials. Oh, boy. Where's that guy? Well, see, now it says 260. Why did it say 165 on it?
Probably because it was that maybe introductory price or whatever. I don't know what the fuck.
So you got the Scareglow. That sold out. Yeah, I might need a Hordex. Oh, that one's too. I like
that
the
was-
limited edition one.
That was last year's release.
Well, they got 3 different Hordex. Oh, there's Skeletor.
Yep. And then Keldor, they had Keldor behind him.
Skeletor, he.
Oh,
Difference between
Faker.
That. Faker, Merman. Ooh, that's a nice one. Like that.
Look at that psychedelic merman too. Yeah.
You're so shiny. Designer Con exclusive. What? And they're all. Do you know? I know this is a complete random question. You don't know what the runs are because they can't be that much. They're all sold out.
I think this has been going on for a couple of years.
So this one, He-Man Deluxe. This one you can still pre-order. It's $260. It's got more. Oh, it's got way more stuff. That's why.
Oh shit, dude! Did you see what that one's got?
Yeah. So.
Oh man, it's got the Thunder Punch He-Man fucking
Yeah, it's got the
Just-
armor. It's got the shield.
cap gun stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Got the
Look at how the
different
armor
gauntlet.
goes on. Fuck.
Yeah. All yours, my friend, for $260.
Oh yeah, sure.
So yeah, that's. Blah. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Mm.
I'm gonna stop looking at that actually because that's because I'm trying to pay off my credit card. So, yeah. So that was the big news, and man, yeah, that's awesome. So, all yours for the low price of $260. And what's the?
Bazinga.
Oh, when is that?
Ugh.
Tomorrow. Deadline's tomorrow. Central, 12 p.m. Central time to get that. So, featuring over 30 points of articulation, fabric, costume elements, and so many accessories. This is the most powerful figure you will ever find from here to Eternia. More can be found on our
It's the
blog.
most
So,
powerful man in the universe.
I gotta wonder like how many are in a run, like because they do a pretty limited.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be limited. What, maybe 1,000 figures, maybe 5,000, something like that. Yeah. So, Adam,
Yes.
did we have any guests lined up for our wrap-up show? Or I should say, how are you coming along on Kenobi, my friend?
I've seen the second episode. Yep.
All right.
I'll watch some more tomorrow, maybe one tonight. I'll try to catch up.
Right on.
Try to catch up before what? Before Thursday?
Well,
Friday.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Well, no,
Tomorrow.
dude. We do the show on fucking Fridays.
No, we've been doing it on Thursdays, but yeah.
Thursdays.
But the new episode, the finale comes out tomorrow, and the rumor is it's an hour and a half. I
Well,
saw
then
that.
All caught up. I'm doing great. Yeah, spending all
mean,
my time.
It's fine. It's great. And if you want to get caught up, just go check out our previous rap shows. You'll be caught up too. But yeah, we're gonna try and have some
Jay's
some prior
coming.
guests on. I'll say Jay will come on. I'll see if Dr. E will come on again. But you know,
Boy, does he come equipped with like a radio name or what?
Dr. E and Tacheka, yeah.
Yeah, this is Nick and Adam,
Yeah, just I'm Nick.
and I'm Adam. We
Well,
should have
what
been
do
on
you-
their show,
Yeah, yeah. I was like, you guys got a cool
Doctor
show
Ian
that-
T'Chaka.
yeah, radio show from the '70s.
Still though,
All right. So, but yeah, we're gonna have our wrap up show
Yes, sir.
Thursday.
tomorrow
not-
I thought.
Well, no, so that comes out tomorrow
Yeah.
because today's Tuesday. So finale comes out tomorrow. We'll do our round table on Thursday. We'll give people a day
Okay,
or
so
so
then
to
I'm-
watch.
I might be able to catch up tomorrow.
Yeah, you got time. You totally got time.
Well, I gotta skip more shooting then. That's the only thing. But okay.
Well, I could also pull my weight and do a couple videos, so we'll see. I do have to do. I'm behind on my. I am behind on my reviews. I'm a couple. I think it probably a couple of issues behind, but I'll get it done.
We will serve you, folks. Folks.
Yeah, I say YouTube's not an easy hustle, man. So we had, we had some family together in town, and one of my grandsons was doing YouTube. I was like, "Sir, are you doing that anymore?" It's like, "No." I was like, "It's a hard hustle." He's like, "Yeah." It ain't easy, man, to have consistent good content, man. It's
No.
it's hard to have
It
stuff
is
that
not.
people want to see.
Well, that and you got to do it.
Yeah, it don't come out of thin air, boys.
Right.
You got to put the time in. So,
Yeah.
and especially when Fresh News 24/7 there was saying, it's like, yeah, you got a wife and kid, man. Priorities. So I got a wife who actually likes to hang out with me and see me. So whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
got to find time for that. But anyway, Adam. So I plan on going seeing a movie this weekend called The Black Phone. Have you heard of it?
Ooh, yeah, I heard about it last year. Saw the preview last year.
Yeah, because I think we talked about it before. And
I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it, dude. I love horror movies. I see all the evil, fucking horrible, up to Conjuring, Jason, all that stuff, Exorcist. But this is about like little kids. It's tough. It's a tough watch.
Yeah, I'm one. Yeah, because pull it up. So after being abducted by a child killer and locked in a soundproof basement, a 13-year-old boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone from the killer's previous victims. So, yeah, this is and I was listening to Chris Gore on Film Threat. He was talking about it. He's like, man, this movie does not pull too many punches. And I did see, so the writers are Joe Hill, based on the short story The Black Phone, Scott Derrickson, the screenplay, and Robert Cargill, and it's directed by Scott Derrickson. So I don't know if he's done other stuff. So, he did Doctor Strange, Sinister, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Deliverance from Evil. So, a few things we've heard of. It looks like he was executive producer on the Snowpiercer TV show, not the movie. Executive producer on Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. And When Gravity Falls, Black Phone, Shadow Prowler, Doctor Strange, Hellraiser, Inferno, Love and Ruin. So he's got he's got quite the resume there. So yeah, that's I heard it was twisted. So we'll see. I'll have a review for that probably next Tuesday once we do our show. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
I'll let you know if I'm going to go see it. I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, don't have to, but it's just one of those I saw. I was like, you know what? Got nothing going on this weekend. We'll do that. And my wife said, okay.
It's like a horror ghost story. It looks great.
Yeah, well, and Joe Hill, I like his comics. I know my wife reads some of his books, so I know it's a little bit hit or miss. And Joe Hill, if you don't know, is the son of Stephen King. So So there is a pedigree there for twistedness, but
I did not know that.
yep. So, but Chris Gore gave it a go see for sure. So we'll let you know how that goes. And let's get into Adam. What are you watching?
I watched Ms. Marvel. It was all right.
Oh, yeah, overall, I mean,
it was really good. I mean, I thought it was done well. It was fun. I think her parents suck. You know, I'm on this side of the teenager all the time. Like, her parents suck. They won't let her go out. You know, what the fuck, mom and dad? But yeah, you know, like she's got this one friend who's like, ask your mom if we can go. And I'm like, yeah, fuck. That was me as the other kid. Ask your fucking mom, man. I remembered that. And then, you know, a few times my mom said no about stuff and pissed me off too. Anyways, she gets this crazy bracelet that was like her great grandmother's, and yeah, gives her some. I don't even fully understand her powers, but I don't know. She's likable, and
well, I know they changed her character's powers from the comic book to the TV show, and I think that was done strictly for well, a couple reasons. Because her power base in the comic books was similar to that of Reed Richards, and also when you take it from to a TV show, where it's got to show powers on a weekly basis, you got to cheapen things up a little bit. So
okay, so what? She can just like materialize matter and walk on it.
My understanding, they were similar to Reed Richards, where she could kind of manipulate her limbs a little bit. I know she got like fake hands thing and all that.
Well, she was shooting stuff out of her hands, and people were walking up them like stairs.
Yeah, like I said, apparently that is not her power base in the comic books. But anyway,
okay,
but hey, they changed it for TV shows. Some stuff, some things you have to adapt. Some things work in TV, some things don't. So
I'm thinking at the very last second of like phase when they wrap it all up. They wrap it up in 3 phases. So at the very last second of phase 6, there's something really high up that no one can reach. So she's gotta make stairs for them, and she runs up the stairs
because no one has the power of flight in Marvel.
Right, and then like this guy's coming after the person, but the person gets to the top. He grabs the stone or whatever it is. No, we've already done stones. He grabs the metal piece of scrap metal, and he says, "I'm on Ghoul."
Most people don't even know what you're talking about.
And he's safe for the rest of the day.
And he says, "No tag backs."
That's right. Punk. No tag backs. Then the credits roll. All right. The credits roll, and then the camera opens back up, right? And we're totally somewhere else where they're drawing squares, these squares on the ground, and they're jumping over them and stuff, and they're hopping along drinking scotch.
It took it to the next level, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right, but are you giving it a recommend for anybody, or are you saying this is probably more a kid show?
I would say it's more like a family show. It's more like, kind of reminds me more of like you can tell like the mother and the father will eventually be characters. So yeah, it's probably more like Full House.
There you go. But the family's Middle Eastern, Pakistani Muslim.
Yeah. Very Americanized.
Yeah, well, I would say we're used to that in Michigan. We have there's a lot of large Muslim population.
Yeah, very American, especially Kamala Khan. She's very Americanized. Like, oh, yeah, that's fucking bullshit again. All this kind of stuff. And it was cool that you got to see people praying at a mosque. I've never seen that before.
Sure,
that's pretty neat.
Good.
Yep.
So, what am I watching? I'm not watching anything right now. Well, I'm trying to watch The Boys, but it's not. I don't know. I'm starting to find my man. Maybe we're going a little bit too hard, but I'm gonna plow through. But except what was I watching? I was watching one video where they had Jensen Ackles, where even Jensen Ackles had to go, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not going to say that. And then that's where I guess Carl Urban's like, we're on the right track if we have people saying we're pushing the envelope a little too hard. But yeah, certain things I'm okay with pushing the envelope. Certain times I'm like, do we need to push this envelope? Are we sure? So that's kind of where I'm at with the boys right now. I was like, yeah, I enjoyed at least the first couple seasons. This one, I'm just like, man, we are going hard.
Okay.
And that's fine. But certain points were like, I already told you, my wife's already out after episode 1 of season 3. She's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm good with this.
Wow.
So, Adam, what are you reading? Hold on, wait. There you go.
You have failed me for the last time, Adam. Nothing. I've got this great trade paperback mini comic book I haven't read yet. I've just been balls deep in action figure stuff, man.
Yeah, so that's fine. Well, I do have a comic that I've been waiting for, and I actually read last week, but I forgot to include it in my review. So it is Aquaman Andromeda. So this is the Black series that is written by Ram V, and art's done by Christian Ward. So a little bit slow so far, but I really like the art. The art's it's very much a mystery where you have a mystery of a assembled crew. You ever see Sphere, the movie Sphere, or read the book Sphere? So Sphere is basically it's Michael Christian book where all these top scientists from different fields are meant to go search for this mysterious craft that is at the bottom of the ocean. Very similar to what's going on here. So you have a lot of different people who really don't know who they are. They don't know. They're just a lot of different people from different organizations or fields in their respective fields, trying to figure out what's going on with the ship. And then, so there is this super secret ship that's going down that actually has a crew that they're going down. It's a prototype ship, and then they have the surface ship for support. Well, the surface ship gets destroyed by a kraken, so that's fun. I'll see if I can find that panel because that's actually a lot of fun. Sorry, spoilers for you, but but the way the art is done, it's very selective in some of the things it wants to reveal to you throughout the story. So that the part of the mystery is actually part of the art, and I like that where they show you just enough. They're showing you just enough what they are allowing to reveal. So, and I really like it because it's more like a watercolor style as far as the coloring goes.
Yeah.
I'll just show you one panel. So like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I really like art style and the art choices. Yeah, I was waiting for this one for a while. Aquaman Andromeda, DC Blacklight. Go check it out. And I also have, I just read this before the show, Flashpoint Beyond issue 2. So we continue into the Flashpoint. Thomas Wayne is still trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why he's even here. Yeah, why is this universe even happening? So we finish off the last issue where he got tricked to going and interrogating Aquaman. And while he was gone, they just said it was a casino blew up, but as it turns out, it's Thomas Wayne's casino, and it's basically his revenue stream, so he can be Batman. So that's a problem. And it realizes someone else knows that, hey, this is Batman's revenue stream, so they blew up the damn casino. So we're starting to get more and more pieces of the puzzle put together. He does have a pretty interesting interrogation sequence with is it Gilda Dent? Whoever Harvey Dent, what? Yeah. So interesting scene with that where maybe she might be the new Two-Face. We'll see. So pretty interesting stuff. And we still have Batman, normal Batman, Bruce Wayne Batman, talking with one of the timekeepers in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the timekeepers, and the guy's like, "Dude, you are playing with fire here. You should stop." He's like, "It'll be fine." So,
Is it timekeepers or is it time something else? But I know what you're talking about.
yeah, so
Rip Hunter.
uh, oh, that's another thing I want to show. So, Time Masters. Sorry,
Time Master. Yes.
Yeah. So, and one real nice thing that they have at the end of this is a very nice tribute to George Burns. So,
Oh yeah.
so
Awesome.
nice. Yeah. Very nice. Very classy. And speaking of that, Adam, we lost another legend in comic books that we didn't even talk about.
Yeah. Who did we lose?
What was that?
Who did we lose?
Tim Sale.
We lost Tim Sale?
Yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Yeah, last week. So
Oh my
another,
gosh.
yeah, another Batman type.
Yeah.
So,
The long Halloween. Enough said.
yeah. I would say it's one of those. If we're just doing a Batman Mount Rushmore, yeah, he's on there.
Yeah. Especially for stories, all that stuff.
So
Jeez.
yeah, it's been a rough year for the legends in the industry. So
Yeah. Especially comic books. God, it's three.
yeah,
Right now.
It seems like three in about the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Seems like it's been very rough, very quick. So, well, on that note, so
Good night.
yeah, no, but please, we are going to do another Kenobi roundtable, so please join us for that. That'll be Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel, right around 7:30. So, we'll try and get some guests on there for you, and just have a good old nerd out about Kenobi, and you can join us as well. And Adam, I would like to have the following week really just kind of a total wrap up of the Kenobi series and probably just what overall state of Star Wars in general. So we'll see if we can get some people together for that. So what do you think?
I'm in. Right.
And also one of the things that you brought up this morning that we want to start doing in some of our shows. I don't know where we're going to fit it into. Did you get my text earlier about?
Yeah, that's why I didn't come with it, but I figured we'd talk about it. But a quick character study. Like my thing today was going to be like don't work on, but hey, what do you got today, Adam? And I'll be like, well, this is who I got. I was going to randomly pick somebody, or we could pick people from the comic book that we're reading that night.
Yeah. So if we basically the premise is we're going to do character study on. Should we? We really don't have to, like, Batman doesn't need one, Superman doesn't need one, but maybe a little bit lesser known characters that we think are really good characters that maybe you haven't heard of. How about that?
Yeah, what inspired me to think about it, I was like, well, you know what? Superboy Prime should have one.
Yeah.
And then literally just a quick 5-minute thing. This was his origin. This is what happened, and this is what he's like now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was even reading, not reading, I was listening to a channel earlier. They were talking about, what Deathstroke or what they've been doing with the character recently. And the guy's like, no, like, this is his backstory. He's like this, where you have Batman, who's like the world's greatest detective. Well, Deathstroke's supposed to be pretty much the world's greatest tactician. So that's how they balance each other off,
Right.
Where, yeah, it's not uncommon for Deathstroke to beat the piss out of Batman. So,
Not uncommon at all.
But
Deathstroke the Terminator, baby.
Yeah. So he's one of those characters where I don't think most people realize, like, his power set is not what his power set is right now. It's definitely, he's gone on a few years where he's been getting punked a little bit, but he should not be getting punked at all.
No.
So, all right. But Adam, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. So any final words for today?
No, just grateful for all you guys tuning in, and Fresh News 247. Thanks for chiming in there on the chat. We love you. And love you, Planet Houston.
Yeah, thanks so much for all the support you guys give us. A big thanks for Jay joining us last week. Just knowing that we got friends of the show, people actually, not actually watching, but we actually have people who are like enjoy watching the show. So it helps us. Any kind of feedback at all, you just want to give us a little bit of props. Just let us know how we're doing. So, but thank you for all the subscribers, all the watchers. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Night, America.
Good night.
We didn't even need the Captain America's BS today. We didn't.
No,
We did good.
no.